Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. I just wanted to share with you super easy snow globe card that I made, and I'll show you how to make it. It's flat, it's completely flat for mailing. It's very lightweight, so you don't even need extra postage. It's a little bit of inking, some glitter glue, and one die, or two dies, I guess, some circle nesting dies, and a couple of stamps. You can put anything on the center, but I just used that. I'll show you how to make it. Let's get started. So I've got a 5x7 card blank. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the background. But I don't want to put the background. I'm going to use this snowflake stencil for the background, but I do not want to cover up or put the background inside of my snow globe. So I'm going to put this little mask on, and you can put the mask, make the mask out of the sticky masking tape, but I just took a kind of a sturdy piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to kind of hold it in place because I'm going to hold the stencil down anyway. So get it just kind of centered where I want it. And this is a 3.5 inch circle I cut out of this with just a 3.5 inch nesting die. And I kept this piece because I'm going to use that when I start to stamp and color in the inside. So I need both the positive and the negative of the die cut. So let's get that in place. And then we're going to put my stencil over the top of it. And then I've got a Harmony Water Reactive ink set. It's from the Frosty and Bright collection. It's a polar blue. And I'm just going to kind of lightly, and I don't want it really dark, so we're just going to kind of give it a light once over. And if it's not even all the way around, that's okay. I don't care, because I just want kind of the hint of snowflakes. And instead you could put a piece of patterned paper behind here if you want, but I just kind of liked the idea of using the stencils. And if you're careful, you don't have to use any tape or repositionable adhesive. You just have to kind of hold it down and be careful. Not using a lot of ink or much pressure, just fairly softly going over it. I think that's good. Put that ink pad away. See, that's perfect. That's all I wanted, was just a nice little hint. Now, if you want to go back and put a little bit of, I think I am going to go kind of put a little bit of ink around the edges just to kind of frame it. I tend to like that. And that was the Christmas stencil from this year's Crafter's Companion stencil set that came with Christmas glitter paste. That was the large snowflake stencil from that. It's one of my favorite stencils for Christmas, it is. Let me wipe up any extra. Okay, now that's going to be your snow globe. So then when you put this on, now you can start working on the inside of your snow globe. And we're going to do that next. So we're going to hold that on. And first we're going to do ink some background. So I've got some baby blue, which is just a very, very soft blue. And I'm going to make some like hills of snow in the foreground. And you just get that all lined up. And then I took a piece of paper, cardstock, and I just essentially just cut a little wavy spot to it. And we're gonna this doesn't take much. It doesn't even look like there's any ink on there, and you won't even notice it until you lift it up, and then you can see. And then we're just going to add it just gives you the illusion of snowy hills. All right, that looks pretty good. And then if you want to add some all the way around, you can, just to kind of define that edge. And when you take that off, you can see there's a definite circle there. And then I'm going to do some stamping in there, and I want to make sure that I don't stamp outside that circle. So I'm going to leave the mask in place when I put it onto my stamping platform. So I'll put the whole card on with the mask, the circle mask in place. Stamps off there. And then I've got a little tree that's going to go right here in the foreground. And I've got Santa with his sleigh. It's going to go right there. And I'm going to color in the tree. So I got my Finesse alcohol proof ink in a rustic brown. This is why you use a stamping platform, so you can do it again. Santa's stamp seems to be thicker than the other, so we're gonna take that one off and then re-ink the tree. But you can see how that would have gone outside the circle had I not put that mask on. Give that top part of the tree one more. Looks good. Put that stamp. Okay. It almost looks like a snow globe. We're going to have to put a border around that, and we'll do that in a minute. But I'm going to color in that tree. So I'm going to open this up, and I'm just going to color it all one color, I think, because what I'm going to do is add some glitter glue to it. And I think these tips are supposed to be white. The tree stamp came from one of the Christmas pop-up boxes from, I don't know, 2 years ago. And the Santa stamp came from one of the Over the Rooftops sets. Now, we can either deepen that up, so that I'm going to try and deepen that up so that I don't have to use a cardstock frame. If it doesn't work, I'll go ahead and put no, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I was thinking if I deepened that color, I wouldn't even have to put a frame around it, but I think I'm going to put a frame around it. Now, I need a frame around there, and then I need a base to my snow globe. So I made a base. This is a 3.5 inch circle. I'm going to get the next size up nesting die and cut probably a gold matte mirror circle. I'm trying to decide on a color. And then I'm going to cut the same color in the base. And what I did here is, this is a 3 by 1.25 inch piece of cardstock, and I measured 1 inch from the top and put a mark on each side and 1/2 inch in, and then I used the nesting die, the 3.5 inch nesting die, to draw that arc, and this is going to be my base. And so I'm going to cut this, and this will make my template for the base of my snow globe, and I'll show you what I mean in a second. So this is going to go on just like that to kind of make a base to your snow globe. And now that I have that on there, I think I'm going to cut a little more off the bottom because I think it looks too big. So you can make it whatever size you want. I took about a little over 1/4 inch off, and it's going to go on just like that. Yeah, that's much better. I like that better. Okay, let me cut a little frame for that. I think I'm going to cut the base out of the same cardstock. So I had been planning on using the craft card for that, but I think I'm going to use this. And since I have a nice little template, it makes it really easy to do. So I get it all lined up. Here's my base. And we're just going to put that on right over the top like that. And then we can glue on a sentiment kind of across the bottom. And then I'll show you one more little thing that I'm going to try. So let's get this glued on. You can see how quick and easy this is. A little bit of inking. Doesn't take much. One doesn't take much time too. It doesn't take that many supplies. Too many specialty stuff. And you can put anything you want in terms of a stamp in the middle. You don't have to use these stamps. You can put a snowman or one of the cute penguin stamps would be cute. Or a scene, you know, with a house or a reindeer or whatever. And we're going to try and get this lined up so it's straight across the bottom, and get these points equal to that outside of the circle. Push it down. And if you wanted to try and make the sleigh red or Santa red, you could take a red pen if you want. But I'm going to show you one more thing. I guess I could try my dark red. Probably should have not. Yeah, it's not going to really show up much, but if you put some red in there, at least it looks different from the reindeer. Probably should have just stamped Santa in red. That's okay. I never know when to stop with this stuff. Love glitter glue. So much fun. That's probably enough. And there you go. A sentiment across the bottom and snow globe card done. This is an easy one. Pretty simple, just mostly inking and stamping and a little bit of cutting, but that's about it. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a good night.